Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. You may be thinking, haven't I seen a 51 on this channel before? You have. This is the second one. I'm kind of on a kick with these 51 55s, and actually it's the third one I've bought in the last month. I bought a part saw, a 55 a while ago, missing stuff, had a cylinder that had been smoked, quite a bit of transfer on it, and I cleaned the transfer out of that cylinder, honed it out, and put a stock piston in this saw just to see what it would do with that OE55 cylinder. And it's been pretty impressive. My intent right now as I'm playing with the other cheap marketplace 51/55 is to have a good running stock example of a 55 to be the benchmark for the stuff we're doing to the other one at this point. So this saw right now is running a 55, OE55 cylinder. It has the cheap piston, 55 stock piston out of the Chinese kit from the other saw. I put it together, cleaned it up. It had 150 pounds compression before I ever ran it on the bench after I put it together. I think the reason that this 51 was scored the way it was, and it wasn't really bad, but it wasn't great either, is so many of these I see, they're just covered. These saws seem to just attract all of the fines and they over oil, which is great, but the oil tends to leak out of them pretty aggressively. And so, in fact, this one's already starting to leave a little puddle. It's only been up here for a few minutes. So depending on how people stored these saws, there's bar oil sloshing around all over everything. And so this one, the recoil starter here, the vents, clogged right up. The flywheel had oily sawdust built up, almost a 1/4 of an inch thick all the way around it. The fins on the cylinder were almost completely packed. And I would bet the scoring in this cylinder came from just an overheating concern because there wasn't any way for the saw to get rid of heat. It's just amazing to me. Sometimes you see the condition of these that are runners, people are still using, and you just go, you never heard of an air compressor? You can't clean it up, blow it off so it stays running? Anyway, so this one is, like I said, it is presenting as a stock 55, and it's going to be our benchmark for a little while. It's running a 3/8 20-inch bar, and we're going to take it out, do a little cutting with it, and we're going to see how it does, and then we can compare it against what we're doing with that cheap marketplace saw with the cheap Chinese parts to see what we can make happen. Tight piston. So here we go. These little 51s and 55s, these are fun little saws to play with and pretty economical to find on marketplace, and parts are relatively cheap. This thing cuts really nice. This chain is more than half used up and it's still making a really nice cut. So we'll time this one out. We'll do a comparison after we do the port timing on the bargain cheap 55. We will put this bar and a 3/8 chain on it and we'll see how it does. And then we're also going to do a comparison like I said, on the pop-up piston in this one. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching.